So first of all, I want to send a special thanks to each and every one of you for being here today. And I'm going to explain a little bit about what we're going to hope to do in just a moment. I also want to send an amazing thanks to your teachers for bringing you here today, because that is so important for us. So that's great. And also to all of the team who we'll introduce later who have made this a possibility. Because without people helping us make this happen, it doesn't happen. But this morning is completely and totally about you and what ideas you have. And let me explain why we're doing this. As all of you know, and you're very, very well aware, we've been going through some very challenging times in our board as we try to look at our high schools. And you know that that has been challenging because it means that people are dealing with change. And change is never very easy for some people. And so that's a very, very important starting point to why we're here. Because in Hamilton Wentworth District School Board right now, we're trying to answer a few very tough next questions. And those next questions need you to tell us what to do. And I'm making a commitment to you right now that everything that we talk about, and I'm so excited because some of you like to speak, some of you like to write, some of you like to use social media, and all of the different variety of ways that you can tell us what you think in answer to a couple really important questions. I need to know from you what makes a high school great. I need to understand what makes a high school great so we can think about that as we plan for the future. I also need you to help us think about what kind of choices do you want to have in terms of your programs in high school? What do you wish you could have? What would that look like? We need that from you. And the next couple key pieces is what would help you learn better? What would make you the best possible student? What would that look like? What makes you want to come to school? What keeps you here when you come to school? And how do we create a more safe, caring environment where everybody believes that they have a place? Those are the kinds of questions we're going to ask you. And you're doing a great service for us because really and honestly, you're providing insight that are going to help the kids who come behind you. Because you know that right now we're in a time of transition, and it's not going to necessarily be a quick transition because there's a lot to do. But what we're saying is you are the best people to tell us what we should be thinking about. And as I said just before, I promise that when we are trying to work through some of the issues in the next little while, we're going to be using your voice and we're going to be capturing it as you tell us. The other invitation I have for you, because of the fact that you're going to have so many opportunities to tell us this morning what you think, I'm going to push you to go deeper. In other words, it's easy to say something at what I would call a high level. But the trouble is, when you say something at a high level like, we need better food in the cafeteria, as an example, that may be something you feel and say it. But why? Why? We need this kind of program. Okay, fair enough. But why? The environment in my school needs to be this. Okay, again, why? I'm going to ask you today when you're tweeting, when you're writing, when you're speaking, if you're creating webcasts, whatever, could you go deeper? Because if I'm going to be able to take what you say and bring it back to the board and really make something happen, we got to have some depth to what you're asking for, okay? And before we get on to this important activity, Lexi and Sydney, why don't you stand up? Our two student trustees are here. Welcome our two student trustees. I know this is their home territory, but I also know that they were with me yesterday, and they play a very important role because on behalf of you, they bring student voice through the Student Senate to the board as well. And one of the things that I said to Sydney and Lexi is that these are opportunities for them to really listen to you and say to the trustees when they come to a meeting every Monday night, this is what our kids are saying. That's what they get to do. The other thing that we learned yesterday is sometimes you're looking for ways to really influence, even beyond our board. Maybe provincially. You don't like something provincially. Well, guess what? These two sit at provincial tables and we rely on them to connect those dots. So thanks for being here, and I know you're going to get some great insights from today. My last comment. Our absolute commitment and our deep hope for each and every student in our board is that you want to come to school every day. You are happy when you get here. You find friends and staff who care about you, and you really want to learn. And we believe and hope for all those things because we believe that then you can do whatever you want to do. Every door will be open to you because we've created that environment with you. That's our hope. And maybe you can give us some examples today where we're doing that, where we're really making that happen. And maybe you're going to give us some examples today where we aren't, and we need to think about how to do it, and you're going to help us. And last, maybe you're going to give us ideas on what we should be doing that we haven't even thought about, because we're still possibly doing stuff like we're used to. And I went to high school 30 years ago, so I think it's a little dated. We need your help. So we're looking forward to it. We can't wait to see what you have to say. And the plan is, and I'm going to turn this back over to Aaron, Mr. Pulley, who is going to assist us with organizing the rest of the day, and then, or the rest of the morning. And then after you do all kinds of interesting things, I'm going to come back at the end, and we're going to do a bit of a debrief to see what it is that we've learned and where the next steps are going to be. So thanks again for being here. Please give us your insights. Please be really clear about why you believe what you believe, and we'll look forward to all the things that come from it. Thanks so much.